Today we're delivering a focused discussion for healthcare providers on a critical cognitive trap in our daily practice, the anchor of inertia or anchoring bias. It can save time, but it can also chain you to the wrong diagnosis. In the demanding environment of clinical medicine, particularly emergency care, the initial impression formed within the first few minutes of patient contact establishes a powerful mental framework. This framework, while efficient for rapid pattern recognition, frequently becomes a liability in accurate differential diagnosis. Anchoring bias leads clinicians to disproportionately rely on preliminary information, such as a triage note labeling a patient with congestive heart failure, while inadequately adjusting judgments in response to subsequent contradictory evidence. Research indicates anchoring contributes significantly to diagnostic errors. In one analysis of emergency physician decision-making, anchoring appeared in approximately 11% of cases involving cognitive bias. Another study highlighted its role in delayed pulmonary embolism workup among patients with known heart failure when triage documentation emphasized CHF, resulting in reduced testing rates and prolonged time to appropriate evaluation. This bias proves particularly hazardous in vulnerable populations through diagnostic overshadowing. Patients with psychiatric illness, intellectual disabilities, or chronic conditions often experience misattribution of acute physical symptoms to their pre-existing diagnosis. Emergency department staff have reported that attitudes toward individuals with mental health issues or frequent presentations exacerbate this issue, compounded by time pressures and communication. In pediatric emergency settings, the initial not sick impression at triage can generate diagnostic momentum. Organizations including the American Academy of Pediatrics and the American College of Emergency Physicians have noted that this premature labeling risks overlooking subtle or atypical presentations of life-threatening conditions such as sepsis or intussusception, as subsequent assessments align toward confirming wellness rather than challenging the anchor. High acuity environments amplify the risk further. During perioperative handoffs or in the emergency department, passing along a label such as COPD may cause the receiving clinician to miss evolving complications like pulmonary embolism. Anchoring has been linked to increased management errors, degradation in standard of care, and higher rates of severe harm in surgical and acute settings. To mitigate this, the Agency for Healthcare Research and Quality advocates the diagnostic timeout, a structured pause to deliberately reassess the working diagnosis against new data before finalizing treatment. Effective countermeasures include actively generating broad differential diagnoses to prevent premature closure, identifying discriminating clinical features that differentiate similar conditions, employing clinical decision support tools and checklists to promote reflective thinking, and incorporating retrospective case feedback to reduce overconfidence. Ultimately, diagnostic excellence demands more than swift decisiveness. It requires the professional discipline to pause, reevaluate initial impressions, and embrace the possibility of early error. By institutionalizing deliberate reevaluation, we can counteract the powerful force of anchoring bias and enhance patient safety in emergency and acute care. Thank you for your attention. Please let me know if you have any questions